Hello and welcome to Paper Plays Julie K.
Thanks so much for stopping by and checking out my latest video. And before I get going, I'd first of all like to thank everybody so much for watching and commenting on my videos. It means a lot to me. And today I do have a project to share with you guys, and it is a design team project for Kraft Supplies for You. And for those of you who are new to Kraft Supplies for You, it is an online store that carries all sorts of wonderful laces and trims, embellishments, bling, metal pieces, appliques, just to name some of the different products. And the project that I wanted to share with you guys today are some keepsake pockets that I created. And the keepsake pockets that I created are to be used in journals, but also they can very easily be used in Happy Mail, and then even also as different type of packaging to present gifts to other people. And so I was inspired by a pin that I saw on Pinterest, and it was a burlap pocket that had some vintage photos in it. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to link the photo to the original owner of the photo. It was just someone who had posted it. So I do want to thank whoever was the original person that posted the little burlap pocket, as I drew a lot of inspiration from it and kind of gave it my own spin using some supplies for Kraft Supplies for You. And my plan or my thought was with at least one of the pockets that I created is that I wanted to use it and put it into this linen and lace heirloom journal that I'm working on. I'm not done with it yet, so you guys are kind of getting a sneak peek of it. I do have some products from Kraft Supplies for You on and in this journal, but inside of the journal I do have a number of different pages that have pockets. There's a pocket right here, and I was thinking that it would be nice to put one of these little keepsake pockets inside of one of these pockets. And inside of the keepsake pocket you could add vintage photos, and you could add little postcards, and you could keep maybe another little mini journal or some little journal cards in it. And so that was kind of my inspiration for today's project. And once I made one of them, I had so much fun that I decided to create a number of them in kind of a little bit different styles or feels. Because again, I'm thinking I'm going to hand out some of these to some of my crafty friends. And then also use some of them for gifts to other people. So I'm just going to go through each little set. I'm not going to pull out all of the ephemera that's in each set, as they are all very similar, but I will point out some of the Kraft Supply for You products that I used. All of these pockets I did use some sort of material. Some of them I started off with like linen napkins that I had. Some of them were just some material that I picked up from the thrift store. One of them, the shabby chic one, is from a tablecloth that I cut up. And then I just basically used a couple different pieces of material and I sewed them together. But in the middle of this, I do have some Pellon, but you guys could also use felt just to give the pocket just a little bit of stability. And as you can see, then I just sewed it. I did make mine shabby. I did want that kind of look to them, so I didn't have the nice little edges to it. I just left mine as being shabby. And I did go ahead and add different elements from Kraft Supply for You to each pocket. They all contain some sort of lace from Kraft Supply for You. And this is one of my newer favorite trims. I do love the flowers on this one, but I also love that with this one there is a spot to run your ribbon through it, so you can change it up a little bit based on what you're creating. So this one I went ahead and added some of this rose colored ribbon to match my pocket in the corners, and then also up here on the top you see some of this loopy trim that you can purchase at Kraft Supply for You. And then I've also included on many of my pockets this little metal cabochon and a different charm on each of them that comes from Kraft Supplies for You. And inside of the metal piece I did add images of either birds or else Marie Antoinette, because those are the ones that I have digital images for that are small enough to fit into these different cabochons that I'm showing you guys. So that's basically what the pockets look like without any ephemera in them. And I know I'll get questions on what I put into them, so I'll just kind of share that with you guys. All the pockets I pretty much included some sort of button card, just because I thought they were kind of fun. I did create notebooks for each of my pockets, and on a lot of these notebooks I did use trims from Kraft Supplies for You or leftover pieces. A lot of them also have little snippets that I added up in the corners. This particular one, the crochet trim on the side is leftover from past design team projects from Kraft Supply for You, and also the pink trim, rose trim, was in my current design team package. And then again, I just added a whole bunch of different miscellaneous digital printables from different companies. And if I think about it, I will try and link some of those companies down below in the description box. I did use like Ephemera's Vintage Garden and Tsunami Rose. There's some Artie Maze and also Calico Collage, and then Victoria Designs, I think, are the main ones that I used. They all also include some sort of ledger paper. This one is the more of the shabby chic one, but I also have some that are more vintage that I included in some of my pockets. So all my pockets have some fun little things like that. Again, I'm not going to go through all the ephemera on each of them, but I am going to point out if I made some changes in the laces or in the charms, just so you guys have a good idea what kinds of different products are carried at Kraft Supply for You. So again, just another metal piece with a different Marie Antoinette image, and then this one I have this gorgeous gold rose charm that I included on that one. And this one I just included a pair of angel wings that comes from Kraft Supply for You. She does have a lot of these charms. I picked out for this design team package mainly gold and bronze ones, but she does have a lot of these in also silver, so make sure you check out her store to see the differences. The next set that I wanted to share with you guys is more of a shabby chic style. These ones I did start off, the material did come from a tablecloth that I took apart. These are very similar. One of the main differences is this particular one on the left, I did add a little bit of this organza trim, which was a remnant left over from a past design team project from Kraft Supplies for You. She does have all sorts of organza trims in her store, if you are into organza trims, and all sorts of colors also. And then the lace on the sides is also Kraft Supply for You that I edged it with, and then also right here is Kraft Supply for You. I just went ahead and added a few more layers to it by adding the flat back pearls. And then also, if you check out this little metal piece that is carried at Kraft Supply for You, this is one of her silver ones. And then these cute little hearts she also carries in her store that I just attached onto the little pin that I used up there. And then also in the corner I had this one particularly has a little piece from another trim at Kraft Supply for You, and this little flower also came off of a trim at Kraft Supply for You, and then I just added the tulle from my stash. These ones also have different ephemera in them. This one has another one of those shabby chic ledger papers in it. Some tags, a postcard, and then I used some different buttons on these ones. And then a different version of a notebook, but there's still a little notebook that you can write on in each of these. I also went ahead and created more of a vintage style pocket. And these ones, again, very similar, just different laces and metal pieces and charms. On these ones, I use this gorgeous trim right here. It is kind of a crochet trim in kind of a cream color. And to me, it looks like tatting, so I totally love it. And again, I added snippets in the corners. Some of the snippets do contain leftover pieces from past design team projects. But I also included another one of the little metal pieces. And I believe all these have Marie Antoinette images. And then I included different charms on each one of them. So this one happens to have an Eiffel Tower on it that comes from Kraft Supply for You. But yeah, definitely check out that trim. I think it's gorgeous. And on these notebooks, again, just pieces left over from past design team projects and other supplies or miscellaneous pieces left in my stash. But again, the edging on these notebooks are Kraft Supply for You along with that rose trim. This one has the beautiful little violin charm on it, which I think is gorgeous. This one has angel wings. This one has a clock. And this one has a bronze colored rose on it, which this is one of my favorite charms that she carries. The last set that I wanted to share with you guys are still kind of a work in progress, but I just wanted to give you some other ideas if you don't necessarily want to use these pockets in your journals or in Happy Mail. You could definitely use them for packaging, for gifts for like office workers or co-workers, family members. If you host any Christmas parties at your house and you want to have kind of a little thing on your plate to share with your guests, this would be a perfect item for that. And so I decorated a couple using some poinsettia napkins that I had picked up a while ago and added some Kraft Supply for You trim to the edges, and then also this gorgeous one that I used on the pocket. And these ones for right now, I just stuck little notebooks that I created inside of them. But I am definitely going to be adding some like little candy treats like candy canes and some different items like that inside of them. And I'm going to be using them for guests that come to my house at Christmas time. I'm going to set them on their little plates when we have company come over. And so I've just started making some of them, and I just wanted to share the first couple with you guys. I'm still trying to debate if I go ahead and add just some sort of little Christmas image or sentiment right here on the pocket, but I haven't decided yet. But I did want to show that to you guys and kind of give you that idea also on how you could use these pockets in other areas besides your journals. Thanks again so much, everybody, for watching today. If you have any questions or comments, I would love to hear them, so please mark them below. Also, don't forget to check out those different links that I have suggested in the description box. And again, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day and happy crafting.